Right there. Zoom in right there. Okay, ready to roll.
A plus or minus?
Yeah.
How do I widen this one on here, Brian?
The agenda. Yeah. Got that. That's close. You can zoom in on that too, if you want to.
All right, that's
Right there.
all right. Okay. For some reason I can't find anything. That's all it was. I had it up, I was working on it.
You want to expand it also, it'll bring up everything?
I'm stuck on a decent, yeah.
It's touchscreen.
Oh, it's touchscreen. Okay, well, that's fine. All right, meeting's open. We have an agenda. Is there any additions to the agenda?
I
No?
don't have anything, no, sir.
Then we can make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Approval of the minutes for January 8th. Do we have a motion?
Yes, I make that. Second.
All in favor? Financial report.
Yes, sir, as of January 31st, 2024, in the asset checking account, general fund, $1,232,890.88. The capital reserve fund, $615,939.72. And then the building and land fund, $182,226.10, for a total list of assets of $2,031,500,567. And then the liabilities and equity, current liabilities, $3,160.81. And deferred revenue, $0. So a total of $3,160.81. Total income expense per period, income $1,418,446.50. Expenses of $173,325.25.
All right, make a motion to present that as read. All in favor? Approval of ordinance 25-2 to pay the bills outlined in the check registry.
Motion, second.
All in favor? no communications, no staff report, fire marshal's report.
Yes. For the, January, there were no building permits issued. We did receive, $1,475 for a project from last year that was still left open. So that catches up, everything, all balances.
Any questions? Our case report.
Month of January finished with 136 calls for service. It was busy. The fourth busiest month ever on record. Really no major incidents within the Hillsborough Fire District. I think we talked about that greenhouse fire that we had on January last week. Jefferson Foundation, we received grant funding again for the workout equipment. And we have applied for the next round of funding, which will get the district EMS equipment, EMS bags. AFG grant, we have reapplied, again for the wildland gear and all that. Obviously, with everything going on at the federal level, we have no idea whether there'll be any money for the AFG grant or not, or how that's going. So let's have to see where that goes, moving forward. Lots more on the next item tonight too. We're at a crossroads where we need to decide to either, move forward, I think, with the, remodel of the existing building on the Casey's lot. I don't think we're getting the grant. That's just not. The firehouse subs grant has been ordered. The equipment, may be delivered, today. We got a bunch of it, delivered today, so crews will be, slowly going through and training on it. That includes struts and some other rescue type equipment. We are still waiting on another portion of that, equipment to arrive. Then when it gets here, we'll probably haul it all up to a firehouse subs in South County and do a little, press release type PR event with them up there. So project updates, electrical policy rewrite. We're really close. We'll be done by the end of this, quarter. Then you guys can have a master book of the updated policies and procedures and all that good stuff. Still working on the stoplight issue. We are investigating, the MoDOT safety grant. It's due in mid-March. I don't know if it's going to cover the stoplight or not. There's various different call it levels, but different program areas. There's like 15 or 20 of them that MoDOT funds various items for. So I'm gonna try to see if that's maybe a way to go. But I did talk with Jason Daniel. If it comes down to redoing that stoplight and we can't get any of this grant funding to play it, he has pledged that the city would be willing to help us out, maybe do half or whatever we can talk about. So I think it'll be all good at the end of the day once we get to that point. As of the 14th of January, our last production update, it's been pushed back to the week of 12/10. So the building project planning is continuing. We had a meeting with Steve Bacon on the 13th to discuss the remodeling of the Casey's building. We'll have an update later on under new business. Boyer construction needs some time above freezing to get the project started. So I talked to Josh Friday or Monday this week. He said he needs 5 days in a row to get above freezing so he can get the foundation project done. But it's still on his radar. He still knows he has to get done. It's just kind of been a rough winter. So the heater has been installed at Two House by SMCI. They actually finished it up today, fired it up, and it's running and hopefully keeping everything much more proper now. So we will be working again with the Building and Facilities Committee as the year progresses to get SMCI to remove the necessary equipment out here in this bay, kind of like we talked about. We had nothing official set up with them except for a quote to remove some stuff and add some heaters that we talked about late last year. So that will be something we'll move forward. There were no major issues with the fleet at this time. McQueen completed the apparatus PMs and inspections today. They called me this afternoon on the spare apparatus. The fan for the radiator blew a bearing out in it or something, and it's in danger of flying off and going through the radiator. So we definitely took the truck out of service. It's a direct drive fan, which is a good thing evidently. So they can just replace the bearings by running down to the auto parts store and getting the bearings and putting them in there. So shouldn't be that big of a deal. But all the big trucks have had their PMs. Training continues as always. We did an equipment show and tell last week in the cold, and continuing on with some search stuff at the training academy in March. I posted a link to the legislative report that is kept up by our lobbyists basically in Jefferson City. There's some interesting bills out there, so I recommend if you've got some time, click on that link. Those are specific fire service related bills. I went up to Jeff City last Monday and testified in opposition to 2 bills regarding the banning of drones. They want to ban drones made by China or Russia. Due to the fact they're worried about the stealing of data, even though these drones run on American software. So, good thing, the last update I heard, we kind of have it throttled at the committee level in Jeff City, so it's not going to leave the current committee, these 2 bills. There's 3 more bills, though, that we may need to try to fight and lock down. I will say, though, to my surprise, the tone in Jeff City seems a little calmer this year compared to last year and the year before. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the representatives were all very respectful and receptive to the concerns of fire and EMS. There was 20 of us that testified in person, another 50 people from across the state filed online testimony in opposition because they listened, or they seem to. So I don't know if that's a new way or not. We'll see. Doubt it. See.
Home business? US digital refund.
We got the refund. I just wanted to go on record with that finally after months we got.
Business. 9.1 severe state emergency repair.
Sorry. That's our server switch. My bad.
Service.
Server switch. PoE switch, which is a power over Ethernet switch, back on the 16th of January, started going out on us. Various ports were working, then they weren't working, then they were working. So we called them, had them come out and replace it. The approximate cost of that was, not the approximate, the exact cost of that was $1,549. Just wondering if that's your intention. That's outside my spending limit. So, but it was kind of, if I don't replace this, our whole computer system is going to be. I didn't know.
Nine point two copy machine lease.
Yeah, so our I met with Daycom, our current copy machine company that we have a service contract with. Our copier out there is 12 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. Starting to have some minor problems here and there. We had them out late last year to do some repairs to it. And sometimes the color, when you're printing something in color, it looks terrible. We are currently spending approximately $1,900 a year to maintain that copier. That includes a service contract, ink, and things like that. for a mere $171.25 a month, or an extra $155.40 annually, we can lease a brand new printer. Still have the same service contract and all that good stuff, and not have to worry about some of the maintenance issues that are approaching. In the past, we had outright bought the copier, which, pretty $4,000, $5,000, $6,000
Right.
upfront cost, plus the maintenance fee. And really, we're getting screwed on the cost per copy with, as long as we've had this maintenance contract and those price increases, this new contract, cost per copy goes exponentially out. So I think now's the right time before everybody kind of shoots craps on us, but it's $171.25 per month. That's $2,055 annually, whereas we're spending $1,900, $1,899 and some cents annually for our current copy machine. That's what we spent last year.
Well, it makes sense to get a brand new copier. And for very minimal of cost of increase, I can make a motion to go ahead and do that.
At the end of 5 years, we can trade it in and get
There
a
you
new
go. So, yeah, all in favor? The architectural service.
I think, I wanted your guys' opinion on this, but I think the time has come to kind of abandon the idea that we're going to get any money for a EOC slash admin building. As of right now, there is still no federal budget. I believe they have until March 12th. And if by golly, something happens between now and March 12th, obviously we can adjust or amend. All of this met with Steve Bacon and the building committee amongst the staff here on Thursday, and kind of went over some stuff. They want half the building in the gym area for our new gym equipment, and then the other half we're used for storage, put a garage in there, they'll store the boats, the UTVs, and all that good stuff. I'm getting complaints, as I'm sure you are, about the condition of the building and how it looks right here in the middle of town. I think it's time to do something with it. So what this agreement is to have Steve Bacon and Bacon Design start actually getting into the design phase with getting construction documents ready to go out for bid and things like that. I think he's low, but he said after we talked, he was thinking around the 150 mark to get that building upgraded. I think he's low. I think we'll be closer to the 250 mark by the time it's all said and done, which is what we talked about last year when we bought the property as well. So this is kind of the next step to move this project in that direction. Just want to get you guys' thoughts on it, see what you think.
That's a whole frontal remodel then. Yes, parking lot.
At least fixing the hole that is there now. I can't, in my mind right now, justify tearing out the entire parking lot, but definitely fixing where the problems are. Sure. So yeah, what this agreement will do is it'll get to the point where we can have architectural plans, so handle the bidding process and all that. I'm hoping we'll be able to go out for bid once this is done. If this is such a simple, small project, maybe the April or May timeframe, then they can get rolling on this summer. The one thing I wanted him to look into as well too, we may have to do some legwork on this as well. How much would it cost to take the transformer off of this pole behind the building, put it on that pole and run the electric underground into that building, opposed to having that overhead? And then Steve is also aware of the electrical issues here within this building. If you guys aren't aware, our electric service comes in through old school transfer switches out in the shed. So he was going to talk with his mechanical and electrical people to see if there was a way we could kind of design that to work the future expansion in the Bay Edition and all that in mind here as well too. I don't know what that'll come down to, if anything's gonna be possible with that. If it's gonna be $80,000 to move a freaking utility pole, which for it's going to be, then I don't know if that's worth the investment cost right now at this juncture. But I think now's the time to at least look at it. So. If we put that down as a motion or whatever.
Yeah, we'll make a motion on it. All in favor? All right, second.
We're gonna raise the value of State Farm.
Any other new business then?
Well, I haven't read
All right. Closed session? And 10.1.
Let me. Yep. You guys. Thank you, guys.
Do you want me to step over?
Yeah, that's fine.